To our graduates of 2020, I am privileged to have been asked to deliver a longer message to you in celebration of your convocation. At the same time, I found the request incredibly anxiety-inducing. Believe it or not, while I am quite comfortable standing up in front of a class and winging it for an hour at a time, 3 times a week and 13 weeks a semester, I don't do these types of gigs very often. And candidly, I have enough self-awareness to recognize that when I do try to strive for gravitas and serious, I tend to end up presenting as a bit preachy, which have inevitably been reflected in my SRIs. So maybe add self-involved to that list as well. Anyway, after racking my brain for days, hours, I finally surrendered and asked myself, how did the students handle these pressure-filled scenarios? When I say pressure-filled scenarios, I mean those last-minute impending deadlines. Those impending deadlines where you still only have maybe a written a single paragraph. So I tried thinking about what would you guys do? So I tried Googling it. Thing is, most of the search engine hits that came back were suggesting reading Robert Frost or Oh Captain, My Captain, or singing that Vitamin C song. I mean, I do tropes, but not those types of tropes. In lieu of me mangling classical lyrical works, and to spare you from me singing out of register, I submit the following. All of us are very proud of what you've accomplished. It doesn't matter if it took you 3 years or 6 years to reach this point. It may have mattered then, but today nobody is focused on a perfect GPA, or whether it took you 3 attempts to get through Calculus 2, like this guy. You deserve to take pride in being here today. Much of the value in your education was less about those esoteric details you may have been asked to memorize, and more in the learning process and critical thinking skills you have developed. The tenacity that you've demonstrated will serve you well as you embark on the next steps of your journey. And the next steps are simultaneously exciting and kind of scary at the same time. Some of you will move immediately into your first profession, and some of you will be continuing on in academia as graduate students. Some of you might decide to take some time to plot out what your next steps are. Regardless of what path you take, I am confident that you will find the place that you are supposed to be and make an impression in this world. Now, back to Google. The Google says that best practices are to end with some truth bombs to make an impact, so here we go. The Last Jedi was a fine movie. Indiana Jones made no difference to the ending of Raiders of the Lost Ark, and while I love Yoda, he was wrong about one important thing. There is more than do or do not. Trying without success is how we learn to do. Wait, maybe that's what he meant. Mind blown. Congratulations again, class of 2020.